The Königssee is inside the Berchtesgaden National Park, and it's a fabulous place for hikers, photographers and those who just enjoy nature and calm. In my last video I showed you all about the Jennerbahn, and in this one I want to show you what you can do at the lake for a weekend. Let's start this video with food. On our way to Schönau, we stopped at the bakery and pastry shop FX Neumeier in Bayerisch Gmein, which is a small town we passed by on our way to the lake. I can definitely recommend this bakery, and it is also not the first time we stopped here. After that, we continued on to Schönau, where we checked into our hotel. We stayed at the hotel and restaurant Brunneck. Our room was on the top floor, which meant some stairs as they don't have a lift. But if you want to have a room on one of the lower floors, just tell the staff when booking and they'll do their best to get you a room downstairs. We then drove down to the lake where we parked the car, which costs €8 for a day, and then walked downwards towards the lake itself. This area here is really touristy, but there's still some really nice souvenirs and a lot to look at. Just follow this main road and you will end up right in front of the lake with this absolutely stunning view. You can walk to Viewpoint towards the left from here, but we decided to check if we could get tickets for the boat, and we really did. All the other times we were here the last years, it was always so crowded that they didn't have any tickets left, but this time we were lucky. We paid €22 per person for a ticket to the first stop, which was St. Bartholomew. You can though also get a ticket for the final stop, from where you can hike to the Obersee, a waterfall, and even further. This region overall is quite fantastic if you like hiking. The boat took around 35 minutes to the first stop. This boat trip was really nice and the view was incredibly impressive. Definitely bring your camera. The Königssee is Germany's third deepest lake, and it was formed by glaciers during the last ice age. The lake is noted for its clear water, and it's also advertised as the cleanest lake in Germany, which is why, since 1909, only electric powered passenger ships, rowing and paddle boats are permitted here. We stopped at St. Bartholomew and first headed inside the small church here. And well, it is truly small indeed. I have to admit that I kind of expected it to be bigger. It is a Roman Catholic pilgrimage church which is named after St. Bartholomew the Apostle. My parents then sat in the beer garden while I walked around and had a closer look, but I rather quickly joined them to hide underneath one of the big umbrellas as it suddenly started to rain. In the mountain regions, the weather can change quite quickly, so always be prepared. We then took the boat back, and my dad bought me a lovely present before we went to Berchtesgaden. Sadly, the shops were all closed already, but we stopped in a cafe and I had a look at the Collegiate Church there. It is dedicated to two saints, Peter and John the Baptist. This town dates back to 1102, and much of its wealth came from the salt mines, and there's actually one you can still visit today, which is a lot of fun. Afterwards it was time for dinner and we returned to our hotel. We actually really like the dishes here, but my highlight was easily this windbeutel. The staff was so incredibly kind and made it with strawberries for me, although they only offered a version with cherries on their menu. Thanks so much again. This is a cream puff filled with cream, vanilla ice cream and strawberries. Sounds tasty, right? Then we went to bed to be ready for the next day. The next morning started with breakfast, which is actually also my only criticism about the hotel. The beds were great and I absolutely loved the shower. But I kind of expected a bit more from the breakfast for the price of €140 for a double room. We then packed, left the hotel, but before we drove back home, we headed to the parking spot near the lake again. This time, however, we walked up instead of down, towards the Jennerbahn to get up onto the Jenner in one of these cable cars. You can get to the middle station at 1,200 meters or up to the mountain station at 1,800 meters. If you want to get up and back down, you have to pay €42 per person. And yes, it's definitely rather expensive. If you want to see more about this experience, check out this video I already uploaded. Trust me, I know that you want to see it. And I'm also sure that you want to subscribe to my channel to see more of my travel videos, right? Anyway, after the Jenner, we then returned to the Bruneck for lunch before we headed back home. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up and thanks so much for watching.